Hey guys, Romie here, so please like, comment, subscribe. This is Basketball Wives, well, it's just Basketball Wives now, Season 6, Episode 2. And the episode, it's focused on a couple of... See, this is my thing. I'm not so sure about what's going on right now. Because let's get into it. It starts off with Evelyn. She's talking with, her daughter because they're doing this photo shoot. And, of course, Evelyn and her daughter were always close. And that's nice to see that, of course, that hasn't changed. Evelyn's kind of talking about all the things that's been happening. Her issues with Tammy, mainly with Tammy, the fact that she kind of came back just to be dealing with this mess. And she really is trying to turn over a new leaf and trying to remember everything that she's done in a new image and the rebranding, because Evelyn did an excellent job rebranding herself. So she wants to make sure that she continues on that path versus reverting back to her old ways. And she's crying because she's like, she feels like if she stays around this foolishness long enough, that it's going to continue on. Now, the photo shoot went great. It was interesting, though, when she was talking to her daughter, I noticed they said, just pull the wig up a little bit. It's funny, because before I didn't notice stuff like that, but now because I do these reviews and people make comments, I'm like, oh yeah, I see it. Now Tammy, she's off and she's talking to Jackie, and Jackie, it looks like Jackie again is bringing on people. Remember, this is how it always goes. Elena. And Elena is, again, she's a part of the basketball scene because she's dating or was dating a player, and she's just saying how things are pretty messy. She's, but, she's already kind of like a socialite of sorts, and so she's essentially trying to say that she deserves to be there. She's earned her stripes. It is how it's going to be. Jackie is again talking to Tammy because Tammy's trying to let it be known that, look, you can't trust little Evelyn, because remember, Evelyn did the whole whammy, at least in Tammy's mind, did the whole whammy on Jackie. So now she feels like Jackie, okay, Jackie. Alright, Jackie, if you want to believe what Evelyn's telling you, go for it, Jackie. And my whole viewpoint is, come on now. Like, what's the problem? Why do we even really care? Because I don't. Jackie is okay with Evelyn. You're trying to say how Evelyn's a snake, how Evelyn was making fun of Jackie, saying stuff behind her back about her mothering or lack of mothering, because why we have to go and donate to do all this stuff. And you're saying this was on social media. You try to find a link. You can't find a link. I said you can't find a link because it was probably someone made the thing up and that's why it got taken down. Stuff like that happens. I'm sure Evelyn said something. We know for a fact Evelyn said something. But this is the difference between Evelyn saying something and it being malicious. Now, that's my whole thing. Shawnee is also bringing on someone new. And clearly they're trying to bring on more mature people because they're trying to change the whole scope of the show. I see it. I see what they're doing. Now, Bonnie Jill, she's dating Kareem Rush. And, of course, he's a retired basketball player. And she's actually a sports broadcaster. So I said, oh. And it's funny because she looks familiar. And I don't even watch basketball. I don't watch sports in general. Basketball is obviously included in that. But I'm like, she does look familiar. And I'm like, I think I'm going to like her. I really like her personality off the jump. She shows us who she is. She's an animal person. She's an animal person. Her dude's like, okay, the animals are cool, but what about some kids? She's like, no, the thought of having kids terrifies her. She calls kids it. I don't know what to do with it. I said you need to stop using the word it. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know how to hold it. But that is how someone talks who doesn't really favor kids, how they talk. They're like, it, them, like, no. She has one birthday kids. Her dogs are her kids. And sometimes the animals look at her while she's having sex with her man. I said, And he's uncomfortable with it. Of course he is. But again, I said, I get it. I get it, like her vibe, like her energy. Shawnee's kind of giving her the 1-2 about what it is to be around this group of ladies. She's down for it. She's ready to have fun. Like I already told you about her and her relationship. Everything's cool for the most part. She's not too focused on getting married because, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's just more about that commitment. And I said, oh, okay, cool. Easy breezy. She's giving me easy breezy, so that's great. Now, off to the foolishness. Jackie's going and talking to Doug because Doug has to go. And he's like, wait a minute, we're supposed to be talking now? Like, you already knew that your window to speak to me was up and over with. Why are we doing this right now? And Doug just wants to, Jackie just wants to talk about how, Chantel, her dude, her baby's father, where is he playing? He's playing overseas in like a war, in a country where there's a lot of war going on, or it's not the safest, and because of that, she's concerned about, okay, what's going to happen? Should she intervene? Should she not intervene? Doug said don't do anything because she wants to go, and because her dude's name is Stacy. She wants to go and call Stacy, or have Doug call Stacy, so that they can go and talk to him and try to figure something out. And I'm thinking, Jackie, this is the problem. I get you the mother, you want to meddle, but you better not meddle in this. We get it. He's overseas, your daughter's here, so you want to go and look out for her? No problem. You cannot go and just randomly call up this dude and start doing that. You cannot just randomly have your husband go and do that, because yes, he's in the Ukraine. Is it the safest place in the world? No. But it's just not right. You don't have that relationship where you just call. You should have that relationship where you can just call him up and say, da, 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 da. But you don't. You don't, and clearly it doesn't seem like a situation where she's gonna go and just be with this dude forever and ever. That's very obvious. You want them to go and walk down the aisle because you want your daughter, your beloved daughter, to have the same thing that you have. And at least for this guy, that's not the case. You're just gonna have to accept that. So Jackie's going and she's looking up the information, and she finds a number. She's like, ooh! As soon as Doug leaves, she calls them, and of course, they don't speak English. So Jackie's funny though. I was cackling when Jackie was trying to talk to them, and they were like, "Privet, privet," because that means hello, and she was just like, "Privet, privet. Where is Stacy?" I said, "Excuse me?" The woman eventually hung up because she said, "I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. I don't understand what you're saying. I'm not trying to be rude. I just don't understand you." So now we have Bonnie Jill. She is like this ambassador for this organization, this pet rescue organization. And she, like I said, she loves dogs. So this is one of the things she's passionate about. So it's great. Like I said, she's working with this pet rescue organization. And she brings in Evelyn. Evelyn is just like, oh my god, so what's the story? And Jackie eventually comes. So essentially the story is the dog was actually a rescue. The dog that's now the face of the organization was a rescue as well. They were doing animal testing on him for different like chemicals and products. And so he was rescued from that. I said, oh my god, that sounds really bad. Sounds horrible. Like, if my skin is dying because of a certain soap or just because of certain clothing, imagine a pet that's actually being tested on with live chemicals. Jesus. But of course Jackie's there. Evelyn's actually happy playing with the dog. She talks about how she had a dog, but she had to give it to the mom because it was too much. It was too much. I'm thinking, so Evelyn's more so the people type than the animal type. Okay, got it. Nothing wrong with that because a lot of people are the opposite. So you gotta get in where you fit in. Jackie comes in, and Jackie hears the story, and that's all great and good, but Jackie needs to talk to Evelyn. And so Jackie's just like, you know what, I see you and how you're interacting with the dogs, and I feel like you're a good person, so I don't understand why Tammy's telling me that you're not. Why Tammy's telling me that you were saying some stuff about my daughter on social media, and I know that we already went and figured this all out, and we talked this out, we hashed this out, at least you thought that we hashed this out, but no, the reality is, that's not the case. Not only is that not the case, I'm also feeling a certain way, because, you know, word on the street is that you were bad-mouthing me, because Tammy was pretty much saying that you were doing this blog post about me and saying all these things. And she said, oh, first of all, yeah, I did do a blog post, but it was just a general one about your daughter, hoping that everything works out for your grandchild and that the money helps. It had nothing to do with you or bad-mouthing you. And I believe that, because I remember that. Jackie is so gullible. Jackie's so gullible. She wants to have friends. She wants people to be her friends. So she goes and believes everything that they say. And that's part of her problem. Instead of just saying, you know what, no, I'm going to go and, yo, thank you for letting me know, but I'm still going to go and figure it out myself. No, Jackie's more so the type of, oh, yeah, thank you for letting me know, and then still acting like, nah, I can't, even if what you're saying makes sense. No, it's still logical that there could be another side. until she talks to a person and she's completely convinced and then goes to their side. Jackie tries some dog food. Evelyn tried some dog food. They said it didn't taste bad. Bonnie Jill said, oh heck no, I'm not eating that mess. I don't eat meat. I love how she fed them. She fed them the food and said, no, I don't eat that. Don't you hate when people do that? I'm the one, because I have a couple of food, not deathly allergies, but intolerances, so I'm definitely the type that's like, oh, you want this, you want that, go eat it all, because I can't. Go for it. Now, what's her name? Kiana? I believe that? Yeah, Kiana, Nick Young's ex. She goes and she sits down with Elena, and here's the thing. Things seem cool for about 2.5 seconds, and then Elena thinking that, you know what, I'm not going to have an Evelyn Lozada moment. I'm just going to go and put it out there at the start so that she doesn't feel like I'm holding this secret. And that's my thing. It's a two-pronged thing, because the secret was that she went and she was texting Nick, and they were kind of flirting, but they never had sex. So that's why Kiana was trying to figure out, so what's your motive here? Are you trying to get me upset? Because, you know, I'm done over that situation. I'm way past that. Which we know is a lie, because you wouldn't be this upset if that was the case. Because you only want to know, okay, so do you want him to do this? So why are you telling me? Or I get it. You don't want to talk about him. You don't want to see him except for when he goes and interacts with the kids. But I have to give Elena her props. At least, regardless of it was fully with positive intentions or not, she put it out there to begin with. No one was going to come and say, oh, weren't you talking to so-and-so? Weren't you doing this? Weren't you doing that? Once her and Kiana got really close and got really cool. If this means that they can't be friends, that's fine. That's fine. I'm sure Elena has better people to hang around with than Kiana. I'm sure that Kiana has better people to hang around with than Elena. That's my viewpoint. I'm glad that she said it now. I don't care what her motives truly were. And Kiana does have the right to feel a certain way. Because how can I tell someone you don't have the right to feel a certain way? Aside from that, would I be like, oh no, I gotta watch her? You're supposed to be watching people anyway. That goes without saying. Come on now. Anyway, Jackie, apparently they're doing those fast action motion. She's going and casually driving around until she finds out that Doug gives her the call that Chantel's officially in labor. So now she's, not paying attention to traffic, doing all this crazy stuff because she's trying to get to the airport, trying to get somewhere as soon as possible. She's trying to tell her husband, tell them to, to stop the baby, to give Shantis the phone so that she can go and talk to her. Where is her phone? I've been trying to call her. I'm like, well, she's talking with the doctors and she's not talking to you. But again, she's just frazzled. This is Jackie. And Jackie was telling him, tell Shantis to tighten up so that I can get there in time to... Oh, I said, no. We're not doing this today. We are not doing this today. Jackie's still kooky, and that is entertaining, but I said, this show is really regular right now. And I'm kind of happy about that, but on the same note, I'm still looking at it like, Evelyn's sister's in town. Why? Because she's there to support her and, of course, her fiancé with the whole IVF thing. Evelyn has had 3 miscarriages, and she's gone through IVF twice. And so her sister's there to go and stick her with the needles because she has to do it sometimes 3 times a day. Her sister's trying to figure out, so what's your motive? Because I understand you want the child, but if you can't have the child or if it doesn't work this time, are you going to continue to do it? Evelyn says yes because she wants the baby so bad. And Evelyn's trying to do all these things, trying to eat blueberries, just stay in the house, avoid stress. I said, you're on the show, so that's not going to work. Just drink wine. She said she's going to do everything that she didn't do the other 2 times and see if it works because she really wants this baby. When she had the miscarriages, there was just this emptiness that she felt. So she's always wanted another child, and she feels like she can continue to do it. And at this point, she doesn't think she's going to stop until she does it because she doesn't want to be Janet Jackson's age trying to have a baby. And I said, well, if, I get it. It's better you try now when you're younger and you can really enjoy the child and do stuff with the child than just things kind of be creaking and you hurting by the time a child is just in high school. Anyway. So I get it. Again, this is still humanizing Evelyn. This is definitely showing more so Evelyn when she had her own show. I didn't watch it, but I do know this was kind of on the more positive tip and just her personal life. So I'm glad that that did transpire onto this show. Now, guess what? The baby's here! Yes, Jackie Christie is a grandmother for a second time, because remember, her other daughter has a son. Now it's interesting when Evelyn was like, well, no, you can go and talk to your daughter. You can confirm with your daughter that I was doing this with good intentions. I said, the reason why Jackie didn't say much of anything is because she's been trying to get into contact with her daughter, and that didn't happen. Because her daughter's like, oh, so now you want to go and get into contact with me? Okay. Now anyway, her grandbaby's home. Everyone's there. Everyone's there to love. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Oh, the grandbaby's so cute. The nursery set up, and the reason why it's there is because Stacy, which is the father, again, he's in the Ukraine playing basketball. So right now, Shantis is going to stay with Jackie, and Jackie loves it. Jackie's like, oh, our baby. She's like, it was like, oh, well, I can be mama too. I said, nah, glam mom, yeah, glam mom. And it's like, what did she say? Crazy, sexy, cool mom. I said, Lord Jesus. He said, we are not doing that. I don't want that type of energy around my child. I definitely believe in energy. I don't want that type of energy around my child. Don't be saying stuff about my child. And, of course, she's holding her, just so happy, telling Shantis, okay, here's what you need to do. Don't eat anything hot, because the baby, when they breastfeed, messes with their stomach. I said, that actually makes sense. And she was saying, don't put her in certain clothing because it'll itch. You always itch when you were in certain clothing. It's like, Mom, I know it. I get it. There's YouTube. I love you and I appreciate you. You're going to be right down the hall. If I cough, you're going to run in. If I say, you're going to run in. If you hear the baby making noise, you're going to run in. So I got it. But it is definitely nice to see Jackie do that. I just wish we got to see that with her other grandchild. Anyway, Shawnee, she goes and she invites Tammy out. Why? Because she wants Tammy to meet her friend, to meet Bonnie Jill. And so Tammy's like, oh, hey, how you doing? Oh, yeah, you are the sports person. Yeah, okay, cool. And then Bonnie Jill said, you know what? I'm going to earn my keep here. So, Tammy, well, it's interesting because I was hanging out with some other people, Evelyn and Jackie, and they were, it was cool. It's like, oh, Evelyn and Jackie hanging out together? Yeah, they were, and they seemed fine. They had a conversation, and I heard your name, and they were saying that Tammy, Tammy's messy. And Evelyn did say that, and because I think it was like, and I don't remember if Jackie was repeating it, or if Jackie was saying, oh, so are you saying that Tammy's messy? And yeah, of course she's messy. Either way, Jackie did say that. So everything that Bonnie Jill said was correct. But Bonnie Jill's just like, I'm thinking, how can you think that, oh, I didn't think it was become a big thing, if you're telling someone that two other people were talking behind her back and calling her messy? Like, maybe with your friends, it's not a big deal, but in this group, I need the people to watch this show before they come on. Because this whole pretending to be deer in the headlights or really being deer in the headlights is crazy. Because, what do you call it? What's her name? Because Tammy was like, you know what, I was trying to, be calm, cool, and collected because I just met you for the first time, but I can't do the fakeness. You know what, I'm tired of these bees going and acting a plumb fool. Evelyn's a liar. Evelyn's been saying this and doing that behind my back, behind Jackie's back, and now because Jackie goes to talk to Evelyn for 2.5 seconds, not only are they friends, not only are they cool, now I'm the messy one. Hello? Jackie was the one who wanted to go and see the proof. Jackie was the one that told me to go and send the information to her. So I went and did that. And so now she wants to have a problem with me. Here's the issue. The issue is that this shouldn't be a thing. No one should really care about this. Tammy opened the floodgates to this, and then now she's trying to back away like, I don't understand why this is a big deal. I don't understand what people are talking about. I don't understand the fake, the phoniness. I don't understand why this needs to be brought up in the first place. That's the thing. It really didn't. It really didn't. It really wasn't necessary. So that's it. That's all I have to say. Please like, comment, subscribe. I don't know. I'm almost, even though I'm kind of happy that the Miami cast isn't back, like the full Miami cast isn't back yet, I need the dynamics to change a little bit. Even though I do overall like the additions, because it seems like grown women with regular problems and issues for the most part.